When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. You should take the approach that you're wrong. Your goal is to be less wrong. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems you solve. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop, where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. The idea of lying on a beach as my main thing just sounds like the worst. It sounds horrible to me. I would go bonkers. I would have to be on serious drugs. I'd be super duper bored. I like high intensity. One of the really tough things is figuring out what questions to ask. Once you figure out the question, then the answer is relatively easy. One of the biggest mistakes we made was trying to automate things that are super easy for a person to do, but super hard for a robot to do. I came to the conclusion that we should aspire to increase the scope and scale of human consciousness in order to better understand what questions to ask. Really, the only thing THT makes sense is to strive for greater collective enlightenment. I take the position that I'm always to some degree wrong, and the aspiration is to be less wrong. They were building a Ferrari for every launch, when it was possible that a Honda Accord might do the trick. Every person in your company is a vector. Your progress is determined by the sum of all vectors. You need to live in a dome initially, but over time you could terraform Mars to look like Earth and eventually walk around outside without anything on. So it's a fixer-upper of a planet. I really like computer games, but then if I made really great computer games, how much effect would that have on the world? Life needs to be more than just solving problems every day. You need to wake up and be excited about the future. Life needs to be more than just solving problems every day. You need to wake up and be excited about the future. Don't confuse schooling with education. I didn't go to Harvard, but the people that work for me did. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. Stop being patient and start asking yourself, how do I accomplish my 10-year plan in 6 months? You will probably fail, but you will be a lot further ahead of the person who simply accepted it was going to take 10 years. Science is discovering the essential truths about what exists in the universe. Engineering is about creating things that never existed. If you punish people too much for failure, then they will respond accordingly and the innovation you will get will be very incrementalist. Nobody's going to try anything bold for fear of getting fired or punished in some way. The risk/reward must be balanced, in favor of making bold moves.